"So, how's the quarterly reports going?" asked Stacey as she smiled at me from the top of my desk. "The meeting to discuss budgets is in 5 minutes." I smiled as I looked back up at her, thankful that I had been smart enough to finish the work a while ago. As nice as Stacey was, she was really starting to drive me crazy. She was a handful and a half, especially after she got married to Gabriel, and she was always asking me when I was going to settle down and find someone to call Daddy. Even though I had absolutely no experience with dating in general, much less with a daddy, she was insistent that I would be a great Little. She even had the perfect person picked out for me. As much as I appreciated the gesture, I wasn't sure if I wanted any of this. Dating had never been my strong suit, and I wasn't sure about dating someone twice my age. While I understood that age was just a number, I just wasn't sure about any of this. In all honesty, I preferred to stay home and watch a movie while eating popcorn than risk heartbreak. "I finished the reports and am ready to head over to the meeting," I replied as I offered her the file. Surprised, she stared at me in shock for a moment before shaking her head and pushing the file away with her hand. "I'll take your word for it," she told me. "I don't bother reading stuff like that. That's Gabriel's job." Satisfied with her response, I placed the file down on my desk and rose to stretch. This is how my every day went. I came to work, did all the work I could despite the constant demands of people on the spot, and try not to lose my head thanks to the constant demands. It wasn't easy, but it was doable. I had been doing it for almost 6 months now. "What's going on over here?" asked Gabriel as he approached my desk. Seeing him, I smiled. "Just talking with Stacey here," I reassured him. "I got those reports done and ready for the meeting." He smiled as he took the file from my hand. "Perfect," he said. Nodding toward the boardroom, he continued. "So, are you going to join us for this meeting or what?" Confused by his question, I raised an eyebrow at him. "Wait, am I allowed to come to the meeting too?" I asked, and he nodded. "Of course," he told me. "You're the one running the entire department. Least we can do is have you at the meeting." I felt both proud and amazed by the fact that he had invited me to join the meeting. "I'm ready then," I agreed as I gathered my stuff. "I'm not going to have to present, am I? I can't really do public speaking." Gabriel considered this for a moment before shrugging. "I don't see anything wrong with that," he agreed. "Besides, we have a special guest today and I want to be the one to impress him. Otherwise, he might try to steal my employees." Stacey rolled her eyes. "Meeting starts in 2 minutes, she reminded us. "We better get going." Nodding in agreement, I followed Gabriel and Stacey to the boardroom. The room was brightly lit thanks to the bright sun shining into the windows, and the long, light brown conference table stretched out elegantly through the room. I was amazed at how fresh the whiteboard looked.